All right. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Happy Sunday. This is John from Crazy Gringo Cigars. And welcome to Operation M.O.B, Episode 4, the launch. We are going to launch my cigar. I have some guests to help me do that, and I'm going to introduce them one by one right now. So first is someone, me and him connected, I think, back in October or so. We were, just exchanging ideas, and someone who's become a really close friend. And so without further ado, we got Hugo from Hugo Smokes. Hugo.
Hey, what's going on, John?
Thanks for joining me, brother.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Of course, man. The next person I got. So I never used to listen to podcasts until one day I subscribed to a podcast called Smoking Sounds Pod. I'm like, what am I getting myself into? And I had no idea that it was going to be blossom into such an amazing friendship. We actually talk more about baseball than we do cigars. So without further ado, got my buddy Sean from Smoking Sounds Pod. What's up, Sean?
What's up, guys? Man, I'm so happy to be here. I cannot wait to fire up this Crazy Gringo cigar. I feel like I've been waiting to do this for months, man. So thank you so much for having me. So honored to be on here with you and Hugo, and then just can't thank you enough for inviting me on.
Thanks for being here, brother. And without further ado, so I started watching Roger's videos and said I can do that. And so without further ado, we got Roger from Working Man Cigars. What's up, Roger?
What's up, everybody? Thanks again, John, for bringing me on, dude. Really appreciate it. I'm glad I got, awesome. And I know that you gave me extra cigars than the other guys just because you wanted my expert opinion. So thank you for that, John.
Roger's a real expert here. He's, cigars unbanded. This one's banded. So, hey, just really quickly, this is the culmination of about a 2.5 month long project. So it was actually Sean who put me in contact, kind of give me a heads up like, hey, our local cigar shop out in Tulsa, Tomas, he does a blending experience. And I was at this point where I consumed a lot of cigar content. I was doing some lives. I've done lives with Hugo, done lives with Roger, was on the Smoking Sounds Pod. I'm like, what can I do to bring my cigar game to the next level? How can I enhance my knowledge and enhance my experience with cigars? And for me, I'm like, well, I think my own blend is the next obvious choice. So I started working with Tomas. I submitted a flavor profile. I submitted my favorite cigars, and he created a prototype of the cigars for me. So just to recap, I got the individual tobacco leaves from each for that make up the cigar. I actually don't have my notebook with me. I can't remember right off the top of my head what's in it, so we'll figure it out as we go along. He sent me a naked cigar, a Connecticut, and a Sumatra. And so I was able to try all the prototypes. And originally, I was only going to choose one cigar to move forward with, but I liked each cigar differently. And so I said, you know what, I think I have to choose both. So being the indecisive millennial that I am, we have two cigars. They both the cigar is called the Homage. And let me just show you guys what we got here. Oh, don't want that to fall. So this is what the Homage looks like. You guys have probably seen it for a while now. Been posted on, I think Hugo, left the cat out of the bag. But we have a Connecticut and a Sumatra blend. I'm really excited for it. I've smoked both of them. I have some opinions on both of them, but I'm also excited to share it with you guys. So I think how we're going to do this is 2 of us are going to smoke the Connecticut and 2 of us are going to smoke the Sumatra. I know Sean volunteered to smoke the Connecticut. Anyone else want to join the Connecticut? Or
woo? I'm down. I'll smoke it with you, Sean.
Yeah.
I'll do this one too.
All right.
Hugo and I will
That's
do
right.
So let's light these things up and get it going.
Ooh.
All right. Without further ado.
Yeah, right? Long time coming.
It's a cool looking band too, man.
Yeah. And as we're lighting up, after we light up, I'll kind of get into the story about the name and how I came up with the band too. The band I think is something I'm most proud of. So
the band is beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Sean, so you've done something similar like this? You've had cigars made like this?
I have not. Tomas has offered to make. Me and Justin are probably going to start working with him on a Smoking Sounds blend. In my meeting of Tomas, I play Sandlot baseball here in Tulsa for a team called the Tulsa Rumblers, and a bunch of the guys on the team smoke cigars. And so Tomas is actually, he had been offering to make us a Tulsa Rumblers blend, but couldn't get enough guys to pitch in on it. So I think me and Justin are going to go ahead and do our own blend though.
Nice. Hey, what's up, Cigar Carpenter? So we got people on Instagram, we got people on YouTube joining, but yeah. So homage. So I am of Peruvian and Polish descent. The gringo, obviously, that's my Peruvian heritage. But what I want to do with the cigar is pay kind of respect to my heritage. So when I was coming up with the names, I was thinking of, should I call one name, one another name, and then homage just kind of came to me, and I was like, when I came up with them, like, yep, it sounded elegant, it sounded classy, and it exactly captured what I wanted to capture in terms of paying homage. And so if you look at the band, the white eagle, that's the Polish national eagle. So that's my Polish heritage. And then obviously you got the original crazy gringo. You got the Incan flute player.
Nice. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful band, and I was actually over at Ultimo Cigars just a couple of days ago, and Tomas was he was saying how you really presented him a challenge, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And he said that he'll get these blends and he'll know what he's going to do in 10 minutes. He said, but with yours, you were kind of all over the map with kind of the stuff you had sent him. And he absolutely loved having the opportunity to do this with you. So
that's all. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
It's funny you say that. He sent me a message saying, I'm like, hey man, what's the update? Like, where are we at with this? He goes, like, all the cigars you gave me to smoke are so different. Like, it's a challenge trying to find out the commonalities between each of the cigars. Cause I had Connecticut's in there. I had a Cameroon in there. It was literally all over the place. But, what do you guys think about?
Go ahead. I was just going to say one of the I don't know if Hugo or Roger know this, but one of the things you'll notice with Tomas's cigars is he deveins the leaves when he wraps them, so that you can actually, like, if you were to let this cigar just kind of go out, you could come back out tomorrow, relight it, and it's ready to go, just like you put it down.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that. So we got we'll start with the Connecticut guys. What are initial thoughts right off the bat? And be honest. This is everyone out there watching knows. They have not smoked the cigar. I've not given them any tasting notes. This is raw. We are tasting this cigar together all for the first time.
So for me, the first thing I notice about it is the aromatics. It's got the aromatics is very pleasant, which that is always a sign to me that it's going to be a good cigar when you get really good aromatics like that. I mean, I just lit it up. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of spice off of the first third here. That's kind of where I'm at in it, but it's a very this is one that if he had him in his humidor, I think people here in Tulsa would be rushing in to get him.
Appreciate that.
You know what? The Connecticut, sometimes with Connecticut's, I get like a really grassy kind of, even if I get grassy sweetness, I still like it, right? I'm not getting any pepper. Mine is pretty light on the pepper, only a little bit of pepper when I retroheld. But this one, I'm not sure what I'm getting, but it's not the same profile of, like, for me, of like a grassy kind of Connecticut. This one reminds me, I just smoked an HVC Connecticut a few days ago, and this is reminding me a lot of it. The light up is really nice though. I'm enjoying it so far.
What about you, Hugo? So Ben asked really quick. Ben asked what sizes they are. So we got a 6x48 Toro, and then we have a 6.5 by 52 Torpedo. So that is what Hugo and I are smoking. So Hugo, how about you?
So I'm smoking the Sumatra Torpedo, and so far on light up, it's very mild to medium bodied, and pretty much just getting like earthy notes on it. It's real earthy.
Cool. Yeah. So I've smoked both of these cigars before. How I describe it, the Connecticut has all the same flavors of the Sumatra, but much more subdued. And then the Sumatra one is much more flavor in your face and forward. So we'll let these flavors develop a little bit to see how it goes.
Cool.
Oh, So Roger, how's everything been going, man? It's been a while.
It's been going good, dude. I've been busy with work, so I haven't put out a video in like over 2 weeks, dude. But which is fine, just because I've always said, like, for me, content creation has to be fun. And there was a point where, like, I was trying to get home early enough to record a video, and like with work, it's like I either take the job or I don't. Somebody else gets it, and it was starting to hurt my paycheck because I was looking at all these calls I could have done. And it started getting a little bit stressful for me. So I was like, I'm not going to do that, dude. Like, at the end of the day, for me, it's about fun. It's a hobby. And I'm not going to stress out over shooting a video if I don't have time. And that's kind of where I've been at. But I've really been enjoying smoking cigars still, which in the beginning, I remember I told you, John, that I'm like, I tend to jump from hobby to hobby. And I wasn't sure if this was going to end up like just stopping one day. So I'm surprised to see how big it's gotten, and to see how big you've gotten into it too. And Hugo, everybody, dude. Like, I mean, it sounds like Sean's been smoking for a while, but I know I'm pretty new to it. But it's been great, man. It's been great. Thank you.
I had no idea. We kind of all started the journey around the same time frame, really. I mean, like, September, October last year. Like, literally, that's when all of us kind of started connecting or talking. And what was I going to say? And so, we kind of all started together and got really into it together. It's been really cool to watch. I just posted my first content creation video yesterday. It was revisiting the Rocky Patel 60. I had some free time in the afternoon. I was like, yeah, why not? Why don't I just, mess around, make a video? So I'm going to be like you, Roger, though. It's not, I can't be beholden to it, but if I have time to do it, it's fun,
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, man, I've got to give you guys a lot of credit, man, for especially Hugo, man. It seems like you guys are pumping up these videos out left and right. And I can't bring myself to shoot a video.
It just takes one for you to get engulfed into the hobby, bro. It's fun after, the first comment that you see on your video, whether it's positive or negative, it's like, oh, wow, somebody watched my video and somebody actually cared enough to say something about it, Then that's when you're like, oh, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Well, and I said this the other day because and I wish Justin was here to enjoy this with me. But when it comes down to when we sit down and we do the podcast with Justin having, being blind, it kind of puts all the responsibilities on my shoulders. So I'm trying to run the board, read the script, do all the content. So I like to say that me and Justin, we definitely have faces for radio. So we're definitely going to stick with the audio side of the podcast.
Faces for radio. Okay.
I had no idea Justin was blind.
Yeah. He can see just a little bit out of his. Well, it's he can see a little bit out of his left eye, not very much, but he is legally blind. Yes.
I'm actually legally blind as well. If you see my glasses, they're like this thick. They are huge.
Yeah. And his wife is completely blind. So
got it. Back to cigar talk really quick. So one thing I've noticed about these cigars, the pull has been a little hard. The draw is a little tougher. I don't know if you guys are getting that as well, or if how the draw is on your cigars.
A little bit. And the thing with mine is, I checked mine with the hygrometer, or with the humidimeter as soon as I got them, and they were pretty wet. So I put this one in a dry box 2 days ago, but lately, because the weather's been so weird, sometimes it can overdo it. And when I checked it, it was still like at 68, which is, it's not high, but for me, it's a little bit higher. And I don't know if that's what I'm kind of noticing.
No, I hit mine with a deep V cut, and I've got a good draw going off mine.
I had I did a V cut the other night on a 6x60, and I'm usually a straight cut person. The V cut did it for me though on that cigar. Sometimes on a bigger cigar, it is I think the better choice to go.
People hate on it, man, but the V cut's cool, man.
I picked up one of those Calibre V cutters from Tomas's, because I smoke a lot of the Gordo size cigars, and that thing, man, it puts a deep V cut in those, and I just enjoy the hell out of it.
So we'll go around the horn here. So Hugo, what do you got planned for the rest of your cigar journey, or the next couple of months? Anything big working, or in the works?
No, I just just cigar reviews. I released a kind of like a different video yesterday, which was a review on that Need One that I received. I bought a few weeks ago. But other than that, just cigar reviews. I might have a collab with some guys that smoke cigars, but they're also musicians.
Oh, right up Sean's alley there.
Nice. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, Hugo, back to our cigar here. The flavor picking up at all? Or they're still pretty mild for you.
So the body, for me, is kind of medium body. Now I'm getting like a lemon zest, like a little bit bitterness. Okay. And then on the retrohale, there's like a faint, sweet, like a nutty note that's coming in, but it's very faint. You have to kind of like slowly retro it, and you can at least I can pick it up. And it's still earthy. I think for me, it's like the main tone is like it's pretty earthy.
Roger, I see you thinking over there. I just see you contemplating and thinking.
For me, it's a good cigar. The light up was a lot nicer though. It's starting to scale back. Like it's getting a bit muted. But I'm still getting that nice little bit of like that Connecticut sweetness. Because sometimes you get a nasty Connecticut, but this ain't it. So far, it's a good Connecticut. It just kind of scaled back a little bit.
I went through a period of time where I was having Connecticut's and they were just not good. It was the dry, the bitter, and just were not enjoyable.
No bitterness from this one.
How about you, Sean? What do you guys got planned?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Roger on the cigar real quick because I was just kind of noticing that the pepper had kind of dissipated, and I was picking up a little bit of sweetness, and it is kind of mellowed out. You know, I would say it's a pretty mild Connecticut, but I'm a big Connecticut fan. I enjoy a good mild Connecticut cigar, so this is right up my alley here.
You know, one of the things too is we all have different palates. We all enjoy different types of cigars, and that's going to influence the flavors that we're getting or tasting and whatnot. You know, and I having the advantage of having smoked both of these cigars now. You know, when I smoked the Connecticut the first time, I really enjoyed it because all the flavors were there, but they were subdued. But like it might be, you know, that was from my palate, but for your guys' palate, it may be even more subdued. You know.
I get this nuttiness in some Connecticut's. That's like a nice kind of nuttiness, and I'm getting that from this one. So it's good. I like it. Which one did you like more?
I personally like the Connecticut more, and here's why. I think the Sumatra needs more age. I think if it rests and gets aged a little bit more, it's going to develop. The flavors are going to develop a lot better. And the way I describe it, I think the Sumatra is more of a colder weather cigar. And I've been thinking about that recently with darker wrapper cigars. So there's some Maduros that are really sweet that I enjoy, but some of the really dark ones are much better for the winter because they kind of warm you up a little bit. Where the Connecticut, you know, the lighter shade wrapper leaves are much better for the summer and springtime. So that was kind of like my initial thought. So I think in my opinion, the Sumatra needs a little more age. Hugo, would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, they need a little bit more age.
Yeah, or you think it's good to go?
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm still.
give me an answer now, Hugo.
That's a question that I would have to answer like at least after halfway. I mean,
all right.
You know, for me at least. I mean, I can't judge a cigar right off. Not like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Connecticut I just smoked again yesterday was the Wagashi. With people that hate that Connecticut, but I think it's good, dude. I mean, it always drops off towards the end, but I think it's good. Have you guys smoked that cigar?
I have not, but I've been seeing it pop up everywhere.
I have one. Peter sent me one, bro, but I haven't got to it yet.
People were hating it, dude. I didn't think it's that bad, but I've always liked Connecticut's, and it's. I know some people. Either when they start, a lot of people, they really like Maduros, and I think it takes a while for people to actually start liking Connecticut's if they don't like them right off the bat. Because I know Peter's hard to get him to smoke a Connecticut that he likes too. But yeah, man, that Wagashi, I thought it was pretty good. I kind of like it.
That's a perfect segue though, Roger. How's everything going with you, man? And I know we were talking about it a little bit, but what's up next for Working Man Cigars? I know you got Cigars Unbanded, so
pretty much I'm just doing as when I got time to shoot a video, I'm gonna do it. I do miss shooting videos. Like the other day, I shot an unboxing that from Mike from Cigar Carpenter, and I forgot how therapeutic it is to just shoot videos. And if you start shooting videos, I think you'll see that too, John. That it's like you look crazy when you're talking to yourself, but you can talk to the camera. Nobody's gonna say anything. So it's like, I'm rambling on, and it is nice to get back to that. But I just timing wise, I don't know how much I'll do that. And Unbanded does really fulfill like my enjoyment for content, because doing lives is so much fun, man. Like doing this, talking to you guys, smoking cigars, it's just, I mean, it's nothing better than it.
It's a lot. I think it's a lot easier too, because you're not thinking as much in terms of what you're going to say. It just kind of flows naturally. And also too, part of smoking cigars is I like smoking cigars by myself sometimes, but it's also sharing a cigar with other people, getting their thoughts on it, and creating that virtual lounge, if you will.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's our hope every time we put an episode out, is we're creating almost like a virtual lounge where people feel like we're at a lounge, enjoying a cigar together.
Yeah,
so for everyone out there,
that's cool.
Oh, go ahead. So for everyone out there, I got a funny story about Roger. So I sent these guys the 2 blends and some extra cigars, and so it was like Monday, Tuesday, Roger sent me a message like, "Hey man, I have not got this package whatsoever." So I'm panicking. I got back Tuesday night from Florida, and then on Wednesday I rushed to the post office, sent 2 cigars out to make sure Roger had the cigars for the live. And then what was it, Friday? You sent me the video like, "Oh, I got it. I got the package." I'm like, "Oh, okay, good. You got the 2 cigars." No, Roger got the original package and he still got the other 2 cigars as well.
I was like, dude, thanks for the extra sticks, dude. That's cool. And you're like, I didn't send extra sticks. That was the first package. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah. Dude, when you said that, I was like, wait. When you sent the picture, I'm like, wait a minute, that's the first package.
That's the one.
I'm glad I got another one of these, dude, because this is a good cigar.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I would want to kind of chime in with here, is that since we've all kind of started this journey kind of at the same time, is I have found the cigar community to be very welcoming. It's been very nice to be involved in a community where people are just, they're giving of their time, they're giving of their cigars. And, it's just, I have developed a lot of friendships just on this short journey that I hope I keep for a long time. And the only downside is you want to be able to meet up in person so bad. And sometimes that's hard to do. But I don't know if you guys have had that same experience, but I've just had a heck of a time getting to meet people and through this cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And, these are real friendships. These are real connections, I stay in touch with all of you guys, separately, and whatnot. But no, they're real. They're real friendships, and it's been, one thing I've never had a fear of going live or posting a video about cigars out of fear of getting, criticized or shit on or whatever. That fear doesn't really exist in our community, I would say.
No, I would agree.
My wife calls them my internet friends, all your internet friends.
My wife knows your name. My wife knows your names now, but before it was the internet friends. She'd make fun of me. She still makes fun of me. I'm sure when she gets home, she'll pop in front of the glass window right here and wave at me or whatever. But yeah, she's into it though. She enjoys it. She actually invested a little bit to help me get some of the cigars. So she may make fun of me, but at the end of the day, she contributed a little bit. So
supporting, that's awesome, dude. But like I like what you said though, Sean. It is cool, man. Like the cigar community, I had always watched YouTube so much content. There's so much content's made off drama. Like there's so much drama always. And in the cigar community, there's so much friendship. Like you could talk to people, they're open about anything. You could like look at all the people in the chat, right? It's Sunday.
Right.
And we got JD, we got 1T Matt, like
we got Ben, of course.
Benny. Dude, we got everybody just hanging out because we're just smoking cigars and talking, and it's cool, man. And I met up with Hugo and a few other guys at a lounge, and it's such an easy transition to, if you do get to meet somebody in person, you kind of already feel like them. I saw him walking, I'm like, Hugo, hey, Hugo. I'm like, hey, where'd you park? And like, it didn't feel uncomfortable at all because I feel like I know Hugo because I talk to him quite often. So I don't know, man. It's cool, dude. It's really cool. It's legit friends for sure.
And Roger, you hit on something there. To everyone watching, and especially to you guys in the cigar community, thank you for your support. Especially, my closer friends, from the Smokeout Lounge, and going through some shit the past couple of months. Been nothing but support. I kind of had to take a back seat from posting and from, communicating. Finally got my life figured out, and things have calmed down and settled. But, thanks to everyone for the support and their encouragement. When I first started posting about this, people that were really interested, kept the encouragement was fantastic. So this is a shout out to the cigar community. And, I do have a giveaway coming up here later. I got about 20 cigars I'm going to give away with my own blends as well. So
nice, man.
I apologize in advance. Here comes the ice cream man. So if I disappear real quick, I just had to go get an ice cream.
Hey, make sure you buy enough for everybody. I like strawberry shortcake for me, please.
Hey, that's 2 of us. That means I've got to get 4, 2 for each of us.
Hey, so this is a fact check right here. JD asked, I heard Hugo is way more handsome in person. Roger, can you confirm or deny?
I confirm. He's like a little Mike Perry. I think we talked about this, right? Like,
So J-Ram, because I have to apologize. My time is kind of limited with you fellas because I'd gotten I'm a nurse at a crisis stabilization unit, and one of my coworkers, her 8-month-old got shot by ambulance for seizures. So I'm going to have to actually change and become a nurse here in about 15 minutes. So, what is your plan with the cigar? Is this something that you're, are you going to distribute it? Are you going to put it up for people to be able to purchase?
So that's a great question. Tomas, so one of the things is, Tomas, when you go through this process, these cigars are not for redistribution or sale. So I have a stock about 60 of these cigars. I have 25 of the Sumatra and then about 40 of the Connecticut. And so I plan on handing them out. And this is really more of a research and development phase for potentially a bigger project later on, where I really, if I a post-retirement thing from the Coast Guard, where I see if I want to pursue this. This is really more research and development to see, hey, what do people think about this cigar? Is the blend I'm putting together, or the blend that was put together, based on my taste? Or is it going to be enjoyable for other people? And, kind of use it as a basis of, do I have any shot or chance in this game? Or, is this just, if it ends up just being a passion project, it's a passion project. It's something really cool to talk about. One day, like, oh yeah, I had the homage. I have to order the cigar once a year to keep the exclusive. Oh my God, the exclusivity to the blend. That's big words today. But so I have to order it once a year. So if it just becomes something cool that I have to order once a year, and I get these cigars, I enjoy these cigars. They're not going to become the only thing I smoke. But if it's a one-off passion project, it is. But if people like these cigars and the feedback is good, well, then, saving it, putting it in the back of my mind for when I'm done with the Coast Guard, maybe this is something I can get into post-retirement.
And how was that process going through that with Tomas? I know you talked about it a little bit, but when I was over there the other day, I asked him, I said, how do you, if J-Ram decides he wants to order, is this do you have this under like a lock and file on your computer? And no, he just has a tablet that he has everything written down on, which was pretty cool, But so how was that process? Was it any point, was it not frustrating in fact that it was not fun to work with Tomas, but or did you feel like you guys were kind of on the same page through all that?
That's a great question. I got nervous when he said it's going to be a challenge to try to bring all the flavors and all the different types of cigars that I like together. I think I had a great question. When I started smoking them, I started seeing the flavors. Some of the flavors I wanted were there. Some of the flavors I didn't want were there. And so, I was worried how it all come together with the wrapper. Because, as we know, a wrapper does a lot of the work in terms of the flavor of a cigar. And I voiced a concern to him. These cigars were smoking really quick. The burn rate on them was, and I'm a fast smoker to begin with. I know Hugo can take 2 to 3 hours for a cigar. I tend to smoke cigars quickly. It's just how I enjoy them. So I reached back out to him and I said to him, hey man, here are the flavor notes I'm getting. Does that sound right to you? There was a little discussion about changing the size up of especially the Sumatra, because both of them were in the 6x48, and I thought that was a little too small. I like a little bigger cigar in the hand. Hugo can make fun of me for saying that later, but
that's what she said. So,
the burn rate was a little too fast, so I messaged him. I said, "Hey man, can we do something about the burn rate?" He says, "Yeah, we'll correct that." So I don't know if he adjusted the ratios or whatever, but the ratio you guys have in the Connecticut is the same that Hugo and I have in Sumatra. So literally the only difference is the wrapper.
Well, mine has kept a real good. I mean, I'm like you. I'm a pretty fast smoker, but I've kept a good burn rate. I mean, it's burned slow enough, and it's burned pretty evenly. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that same thing, but I think you've knocked it out of the park here, brother. I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Connecticut guy, though. This is one that I would want to keep several in the humidor.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Just so everyone out there knows, I didn't pay these guys to say everything they're saying is their own thoughts, right? Like in the moment. I didn't pay them or send them extra cigars. Well, Roger, I sent extra cigars. So Roger, how do you really feel about this cigar?
Well, and I might have a little bit outside or different perspective on this, because, you know, we had Tomas on one of our first episodes, and for me to kind of be the guy to see, you know, develop a friendship with you, John, and know Tomas, and to kind of sit back and see this kind of from the background, I just have been just tickled to death to be able to see that this is how this has come about. So I'm so thankful for all you guys and Tomas, and I'm very, very just honored to be smoking one of your Crazy Gringo cigars.
No, thanks, man. And thanks for agreeing to be on here. All right, so I'm done with my first start here. The flavors are starting to pick up. I just got a dark chocolate flavor. I want to see where you guys are at and anything you guys are picking up. Hugo probably hasn't even got through the first, nowhere near done with the first.
Well, I'm kind of in my second third, because I'm gonna have to jump off, guys. I apologize, but if you don't mind, I'll kind of hit what I've got here. I'm in my second third, and mine, you know, the sweetness kind of is still there in the background. Especially, I've been kind of taking a draw and kind of chomping it like I'm chewing a piece of food or something, and I'm starting to get a little bit of more earth tones in mine, and I picked up a little bit of that nuttiness that Roger was talking about, and it's very surprising. You know, I'm getting notes that I didn't expect to get, and it's surprising and very, I just love it, man.
Yeah, and to that point, Sean, I think one thing with the Connecticut I noticed, it's not your traditional Connecticut in terms of the flavors. At least for me, it wasn't. The flavors are a little, like in the Connecticut, you expect a lot smoother or easier flavors. I think in this one, at least for me, the flavors were ones you would expect in a darker wrapped cigar.
And I don't know if anybody else or if you got this when you smoked it, but there's also a kind of an underlining creaminess to it that, you know, you kind of expect in some Connecticut's, but it's kind of more on the cap and on my lips. I just have kind of a creaminess. I don't know if anybody else is getting that, but I really enjoy it.
What are you getting, Hugo?
You know what? Now here, I'm actually at the second third, so I don't know if we're like about a half hour in, so that's a pretty good rate for me. Now that the cigar has been burning longer, for me it's developed more. The flavor notes are coming more alive. I did notice that there's an increase on the retrohale though. For me, it started off like very tame, like around a 2 or 3. Now it's like around a 6 or a 7, but it's I mean, it stings. But if you do it like really slow, it's like that nice, almost like when you take a sip of bourbon, and then you exhale, and then just, you know, you get that nice dark woody kind of note. It's really good. The only complaint I have about it, and this is something that I rant about on all cigars, is that there's not a lot of smoke output for me. And it burns like kind of like it's like a tricky burn because it's lit, but it feels like it's kind of turning off. So I don't know. It just smokes a little bit weird for me.
No, I'm getting that same thing. Like I think it's like let's say like a cooler burning, cooler smoking cigar because it almost looks like it's going out. No, I've had the same experience so far as well, but it's still lit. But but mentally we're like, is it going out or not? You know?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
now,
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Would you say that the transition from the harder retrohale has been nice? Do you appreciate that, or did you prefer the smoother retrohale?
So, I prefer a milder retrohale. I mean, people smoke cigars differently. I like to retrohale my cigars very slow. If you rip this bad boy right now, if you rip it on the fucking retro, I think it's gonna rip your nostrils out. You know?
Do it.
But, do it, Hugo.
Because I kind of felt like a little tear when I did it, but slowly, you know, like if I do it hard, it's gonna be like woo.
Oh man, I'm enjoying this cigar. It is a bit milder than I like. The flavors are good. They're just a little bit muted, and if they were a little bit more apparent, it'd be good. But it is a good Connecticut, man. And like just like Sean, I do enjoy Connecticut's. And this one's a good cigar, so I am really liking it. That nuttiness, that creaminess, that it's got a little bit of sweetness. Yeah, man, it's a good cigar. The Connecticut.
I'll be in. Go ahead, Sean.
I was just going to say, if Dirk, he has that website, Cigars for Beginners, this would be a great cigar for somebody who's new to cigars. This would be like, you know, I always say like the Rocky Patel Vintage 1999, usually anything Macanudo, Connecticut. I think you could add this one on there. This would be a great cigar for someone who's never enjoyed a cigar, and it's going to hook them. This would be this would get you hooked. You would be like, man, I hope every Connecticut I have is like this one.
No, I appreciate that, man. No, you know, this whole experience is kind of surreal for me. Like, I got 3 of my closest friends that I've made not in the world, but 3 of my closest friends I've made through the cigar community, and we're smoking, you know, my cigar. So it's kind of it's just hitting me right now. It's very surreal. It's a humbling experience, and I appreciate the honesty too. You know, it'll be interesting to see when Sean and Roger, you know, in the future, you guys got to let me know when you smoke the other one and how that one goes for you, and you know what you guys thought about it.
Yeah, well, I have promised my other one to Justin because I wanted him to be able to enjoy a crazy gringo cigar, and yeah, I mean, if I'm going to tell you, you know, fortunate enough for me, I'm literally like a block and a half from Tomas, so I can just walk over there. So if there's some in the humidor, I have no problem going over there and picking a couple of these up. Listen, just before I jump off here, guys, I'm just going to put this in your head, Jaron. You know, Christmas is coming up. You know, this would be a good little package for some Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah.
You know,
how many did you get made of these, John?
I got 40 of the. I got 5 samples of each. And then I ordered an additional 40 of the Connecticut and 20 of the Sumatra. So it's limited, but a lot of people have been reaching out to me saying, "Hey, how can I get some?" And you know, I'm not being stingy yet. I'm gonna get them out to other friends I've made in the cigar community. But you know, they did cost did cost a good amount of money. But the cigars are to share and you know give to other people. But I think there's demand for people to try this cigar, so I may, you know, be placing an order sooner rather than later for the next round.
If you sold them, how much would you sell it for?
Oh man, so they went for the YouTube is going to kick us off. I say, no, you know, this is not associated with them. This is my own freaking. I can tell how much I paid for this.
Fine.
The Sumatra was $20, and then the Connecticut was $18. But you know, this is also, these are handcrafted cigars, handmade, individualized. So I mean, that's why the price is so. You know, I don't know, Roger. That's I haven't even thought about that, man. You know, these cigars are really to give out and see what other people think. I haven't really thought about the selling part yet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
like a better price range on them. You have to make lots of thousands of cigars.
Right.
This is a small quantity. This is like almost nothing for like the cigar industry. So that's why you paid the $20, which I think is kind of fair for for
what the service that's being offered. Yeah,
it's a specialized craft, for for 100 cigars, you paid $2,000, right? More or less, like something like that. Like,
no, it was 60 cigars, like 70 cigars total. So yeah, somewhere in like the grand, yeah.
You know, when Sean said that he gets them deveined, that's interesting. It's like a bit of extra work that goes into it.
Oh yeah, I think my biggest complaint on this cigar is definitely the draw. For me, it's a tough draw. I didn't bring my draw tool out here, but I kind of wanted to give like the actual reaction for people could see, so they know we're not BSing or whatnot.
I just wanted to let you know before I jump off here, guys, listen, I've enjoyed so much getting to enjoy the cigar and having this experience with you guys. I hope to do all this again soon. And you know, I feel like we might have a podcast episode here that we could all do. But I have gotten the band off, and it's such a beautiful band. It will now be proudly displayed in the Carhole Lounge. I'm trying to get the Iron Sheik to hold it up on his arm, one of my wrestling toys. But guys, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this. John, thank you so much for being a friend and sending me the cigars. And I truly appreciate it so much. And if I didn't have to run and go to work, I would have loved to hang out with you guys a little bit longer. But I just want to, I love each and every one of you do. And I'm just so honored to be part of this. So thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Sean. Cool, I appreciate you taking some time to join us, man. Hey, I'm still waiting to do our baseball podcast with the burn camp. So
yes, I have mine too. So I'm actually going to Florida in 2 weeks. We're playing my Sandlot team. We're playing next Sunday on Father's Day at One Oak Field, where our AA affiliate for the Los Angeles Dodgers play. So I'm doing that, and then my oldest son just recently bought a house in Kingsland, Georgia, just up from Jacksonville. He's in the Navy there, so we're gonna go smoke some cigars on the beach, and maybe I can talk Justin and let me take that other homage with me and enjoy it on the beach.
Well, Sean, I'll send you 2 more, man. I'll send you 2 more, so don't worry about giving Justin one.
Okay, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, that would just be awesome to kick back on. I think we're going to Amelia Island, kick back on the beach and just.
Amelia Island's beautiful, man.
Yeah, so my son's house is like 30 minutes from Amelia Island, so we're gonna go and I'm gonna sit on the beach and enjoy the Sumatra homage.
Awesome. Later, Sean. Thanks for
joining. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the internet. All right, bye.
Dang, this dude said his son bought a house. How old is Sean?
I think Sean's like 47.
God damn, he looks good you don't look that old, dude. That's crazy.
But you know what? He 47. His son's in the military. His son could be like early 20s, and in the military with the housing allowance, we can use that towards a mortgage. That's how it makes it possible to buy the houses. Sick. But Hugo, the smoke output picked up for me a little bit here in the second third. Oh no. I got a little cracking going on here.
If anything, John, I'll send you back I'll keep the Connecticut, but I'll send you back one of the Sumatras.
No. Hey, I think Justin will really like the Sumatra blend because that guy smokes Maduros. He likes to get punched in the face, and this one for me is a bolder cigar.
So it's picking up, right?
I'll probably smoke the Sumatra tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, let me know when you do that. Let me know how it is.
I mean, kind of from the first half inch to an inch, I can tell it's more of a bolder, darker cigar. So for me, you know, have you guys smoked the bronze bag yet? The M.O.B bronze bag?
I did, but it was too wet, dude. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much.
So when you smoke it, when it's like nice, for me, that's the perfect, well-balanced cigar. It's got spice. It's got some sweet notes. It's got some earthy notes. It kind of like, and it's all like balanced. Like one comes up, the other one comes like this. Like it balances itself really good for me. And I smoked that fucking cigar like 5-6 times already.
You don't like Connecticut's though, huh? Do you like Connecticut's? You like those darker cigars?
He's on a Connecticut journey right now.
Well, I don't like typical Connecticut's that are just fucking cedary, spicy, bitter. I the last month and a half, I smoked a lot of Connecticut's. I've got a few coming up that are, for me, they were kind of bangers because they were really well balanced for me, because I got that bitterness, that cedar, floral, but there's also that sweeter component, which for me it's like money. You know, I really don't like a cigar that's always just earthy, spicy. I gotta have some balance with it.
Peter says Connecticut suck. No, this
full transparency here. Full transparency. My cigar cracked on me, and so the burn line's starting to get wonky. So I might light up the Connecticut here, but so I don't want to hide. Obviously I would have wished that it would have gone perfectly, but anyone who smokes a cigar is always going to have this issue. I'm going to keep smoking it for a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to transition to the Connecticut here.
It cracked on the burn line?
No, right below the burn line. Here, let me see. No, wait.
Oh, yeah. I got the same thing right here.
Wait, really? Same thing's happening to you?
Yep.
Interesting.
But for me, I kind of want to say, because I was kind of massaging it, so I can open up the draw a little bit, because it was a little bit tight since the light up.
So I just want to give a shout out to everyone on Instagram that's joining. Thank you for joining. I think this is a good time, a little time to do the giveaway. So I have the raffle wheel up here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you guys it, but I'll call the name. So here's what we're going to do for the giveaway. If you win, I will reach out to you. But I have 20 cigars I'm going to give away. All right here. We got a Davidoff in there as well. A lot of cigars from my travels. There are cigars from cigar shops in Miami. There's also some Puerto Rican Puro cigars, which you can only get in Puerto Rico. So some exclusive cigars. And, Roger and Hugo notice, I tend to send some out of random cigars that you're never going to find anywhere else. I kind of take a little bit of pride in that. So it's not like the mainstream cigars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away 10 cigars, one person, and 10 cigars to another. Whoever wins the first prize will get choose the Sumatra or Connecticut from my blend, and then whoever gets the second prize will get the other one. So without further ado, you guys will hear the noise, but you won't see the wheel, unfortunately. I know that's the fun of it. So here we go.
You can throw the wheel on the screen, right?
Oh wait, can I?
Yeah.
Oh wait, the share. Oh wait, hold on. With the share screen. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if. Bear with me, everyone. Open system settings. Let's see. Google Chrome. Allow. 1 second. Later. All right. Let's see if this works now. All right. Let's reset this.
And you got one team Matt. He put giveaway. I could picture his deep ass voice. Oh, giveaway? I don't know why, dude. Freaking Matt's so cool, dude.
All right. Did that work?
Yeah, I can see it perfectly.
Cool. Here we go. All right. So first prize, 10 cigars and your cigar of choice. Just one more. I feel like he wins everything.
Rigged.
So just one more cigar. Thanks for your support throughout this process. I'll be reaching out to you to get you your cigars and get you your Sumatra, Connecticut. So just one more cigar is our first winner. So let me remove him here really quick. Well, you know what? I'll leave him in there because it might be hard. Let me see.
It asked you to remove, no? When you clicked out over.
All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Round number 2, second prize.
You can also. Oh, you already did it.
I'm too quick, Hugo.
I was gonna say you can also shuffle, but.
So living the bearded chubby life. That's a great handle.
Nice.
So congratulations to living the bearded chubby life. You'll get 10 cigars and whatever cigar, just one more cigar does not choose. So no, so that's, I think one thing I like about the cigar community is being able to give back. And I think, being able to do that and give away type, and it's a reason to celebrate. So
that's awesome, man. This Connecticut was good. I'm pretty much done.
Damn, you smoke fast, bro.
Yeah, that's faster than me, man. Holy crap.
The Connecticut does burn pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah. I noticed that. The one I had when I had it with one of my best friends, it actually, I think it was like 55 minutes sounds about right. So Roger, closing out the Connecticut here, let's give me your full assessment, full thoughts. I know you've been kind of giving us little bits and pieces, but let's give me your final thoughts.
So overall, the cigar for me, because I do like Connecticut's, this one was good, dude. Like, I got that nutty sweetness right off the bat. Right at light up, it was really good. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a great cigar. And then it did kind of scale back. Not that it got the flavors got bad or bitter or anything. It's just they got a little bit muted. And there isn't that many transitions to cigar. Like, it was pretty consistent all the way through, which I don't mind when a cigar starts off well and it keeps up like that. I mean, I like it. Some cigars, when they get hot, usually this doesn't happen with Connecticut's for me. When towards the end, when they get hot, sometimes they get like a really different like flavor. I always just say sweetness, but it's just like an intense flavor. Or they get kind of a little bit rougher, and this one's a little bit on the rougher side now that it's at the end, which that normally does happen with Connecticut's. But it was a good cigar, man. Really, that's why I said I have those other two that you sent me on accident. But I really want to smoke that Connecticut again, dude. So if I could send you back to Sumatra, but I'll keep the other Connecticut.
No, don't worry about it, man. I'm glad to hear that you want to smoke that cigar again, you know. And like I said, for me, this is not going to be my everyday cigar. These are going to be more special cigars that I have every once in a while. But because, you know, I'm still of the mindset, and Roger, you both know this. I'm still of the mindset that the best cigar I may have is the next cigar. I'm still trying to try everything, try different cigars that come out. You know, something I like to do is when I go to a different city, different country, is get cigars from those cities and those countries. And just kind of experience, you know, people say you can go to a city and have the food and you kind of understand what the city is all about. I think the same could be said about cigars and the cigar culture there.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I have gotten like a lot of cigars, like, I haven't smoked many of them, but they are like cigars I've never seen, you know, like that Bella one, the St. Lucia one. There's a few cigars out there I've never even seen.
Have you had the St. Lucia one yet?
I haven't. I always want to, because I know you guys really liked it.
Yeah.
But I haven't had it yet. I need to smoke that cigar.
Did you have the Bella one yet?
I think I did, but that was like a third cigar. Wait, was that the one? It has like a gold foil on it, right?
Yes.
I think I did then. Yeah. It was like the third cigar I had. So I remember my palate was kind of torched. But it was pretty good. I remember it was okay.
Yeah, the Bello cigar, that's actually handmade in Calle Ocho in Miami. That's a family-owned shop. They've been around for a long time. I had that cigar on Friday night, actually, and it was great. What are you lighting up now, man?
This, the Tabernacle, the Goliath. I've never had this cigar.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to put you on your ass, man. That's why I heard it here, at least.
It is hot. It's hot out here, too, so it might make it worse. It's not as hot as the other day, dude. On Thursday when I did that show with Unbanded, I was dying in here, man.
So Hugo, where are you at with the Sumatra?
Somewhere along the second, third.
Okay.
Like, I appreciate the ash holding on like that.
Yeah, man.
That shows great construction. And I do notice that when I take a draw, if you look closely on the cap, you can see the cigar breathing nicely, bro. It dies out after a while because, you know, the draw's a little bit snug, but that's good.
Hey, what's up, James from Burn 'Em Down? What's up, Dirk from Cigars for Beginners on Instagram? I'm at an issue right now. Of course, I would have the issue where the band is too tightly on, and I'm at the point where the cigar is is cracked. So I think I'm gonna put this one down, and I'm gonna light up the Connecticut.
Wait, so if you had to do this again, right? If you had to do this again, would you do anything different?
I think if I had to do it again, maybe I would streamline my cigar recommendation, like the cigars I submitted for for, you know, how, so he smoked all the cigars I recommended to kind of put together a flavor profile, which ended up being, you know, what you have here. I think I would probably streamline it a little more, maybe hone in on a Maduro, like a Maduro type, you know, or as opposed to having a Connecticut, a Cameroon, a Maduro, having different cigars in there. I think that could have gotten maybe a better flavor. So if I had to do it again, I think that's what I would do. Streamline it a little bit more.
Would you get the same blends made, like the Connecticut? Would you make the same one, or would you make something different? Like if you do this again?
I think I would do something different. You know, these are a good starter. I think is a good start in making my own cigars and whatnot. But I think I would do other ones because you get other blends going, you know, stuff like that.
So, based on our assessment and your assessment, John, did the profile you were going for, did it kind of resemble what we're saying, or not really? Or are we like way fucking left field or what?
Ooh, I just lit up the Connecticut. I know exactly what you mean now. Very easy draw on this one. I think it's matching. I'm a little, Hugo, I was hoping you would get the boldness of the flavor, and it sounds like you're starting to get it. The Connecticut has those flavors subdued. So yeah, I think it's, you know, pretty spot on in terms of what I experienced when I smoked these cigars for the first time. But, you know, everyone's palate's different, so it's going to be a different experience, right?
Yeah, here, rounding out the second, third, I'm getting really spicy anise profile and a little bit of bitterness.
Now, I have a question for you guys. Bitterness in a cigar, is there a level of bitterness that you actually don't mind, or is bitterness a turn off right away?
For me, it's usually a turn off. There is some bitterness though that isn't like Hugo and I smoked this Cuban cigar that was really good, and I really liked it. But I got this like slight bitterness to it that was like this lemony zest, little bitterness, and that one was really enjoyable. So maybe I'm thinking about something else. Maybe that wasn't bitterness, because when I get bitter, well, who knows, dude? Because some mineral cigars that are earthy and minerally, I don't tend to hate, and some people hate them, dude. And I like earthiness, so it's when it's bitter, and I think it's bitter, then other people are probably gonna freaking hate it, dude. And I learned that through Unbanded. Cigars I thought were good that they hate, that the guys hate all my damn cigars, but it's all
right.
Roger, to your point though, with the Connecticut, I think the Connecticut starts off really strong, a lot stronger than the Sumatra. And you have to let me know when you smoke the Sumatra. But right off the bat, it's like it's there. Like, okay, it's like this is the cigar I am. So I think the Connecticut starts off a lot stronger.
It's good though, dude. It started off great, really good.
Hey, so Hey, Roger, so from, because you're a member of the Crazy Gringo Cigar Club, you know, I've had some stuff going on, so I've kind of delayed I'm collecting some cigars for the next iteration, probably sometime in July. Which ones have you smoked that I've sent you from the club that you've really enjoyed, or are there any standouts?
So the recent one, no, the first pack you sent, those cigars were bangers, dude. I really liked them. The second one I got, they were good. Oh, dude, I'm trying to think. I even smoked that Cuban. You know how you sent that Cuban?
Yeah.
And it was very mild, dude. And that's why I remember thinking I don't really like Cubans that much, because it wasn't very good. And I think it just depends what I'm in the mood for. If I grab the wrong cigar, sometimes I think I want something milder, and then I'm just wishing I would have got something a little bit more bold. And that cigar was really, really mild. But the first pack was great. The second pack was like, I don't think I've smoked that many of those cigars.
Got it.
Let me know if I'm skipping it, because my shit's getting hot, dude.
Overheating.
Yeah.
And,
Peter says he's only going to smoke Cubans now because he's bougie now. But he's smoking Cohibas and nothing but great Cubans. Just be nice, Peter.
Cohibas are freaking expensive, man. So I think that they're owned by a Chinese company now, and they've just skyrocketed the prices.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah, so Peter's not going to be known as a cigar collective anymore. He's officially now Cuban Pete.
Cuban Pete.
Boom chicka boom boom, boom chicka boom boom.
Dun, dun, dun. I get the reggaeton beat going in the background.
Dang, dude. Do you always smoke around this time, John? Because right now for you, it's what? It's 7:30.
Yeah, so usually, Hugo and I were talking about this with the weather being nice and the fact that I'm not in the ice tent anymore with a space heater and whatnot. I usually have dinner and then like around 8:30 or so. So I'll usually go down. I have a little cigar set up downstairs, a little patio with a fire pit. And I usually put the Yankees on, watch some baseball, smoke a cigar. That's usually my usual setup. But yeah, it's usually after the workday, I would say.
Damn, man, because we talked to a few East Coasters. They smoke late, dude. These guys freaking smoke super late.
Yeah, on Instagram, there's a bunch of guys on the East Coast. They usually jump on at like 11 o'clock or something, 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just finishing up playing my video games or doing whatever and getting to bed right then. And they're just lighting up their first cigar tonight or whatever.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. They smoke late. Peter will be up to like 2 a.m. sometimes smoking a cigar. I'm like, God damn, dude.
So, Roger, are you still smoking like 2 cigars a day? Because I know you said you kind of started doing the 2 cigars a day thing.
Yeah, 2, sometimes 3. If I do step outside to smoke, I usually want it to be enough time so I can smoke 2 cigars. Sometimes I even end up smoking 3 if I have a lot of time. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
Have you still been smoking only a few times a week?
Yeah, it's still a few times a week. I would say like once during the week, and then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, kind of enjoy myself a little bit more. I would say. I had 2 cigars yesterday. What did I have? I had the Rocky Patel 60, which I had a year and a half ago. Didn't like it then. Had it yesterday. I thought it was a great cigar. And then last night I decided to light up a Davidoff, which it was a Davidoff Connecticut. It didn't smoke like an average Connecticut though. It was a little harsher than I expected. It was a beautifully constructed cigar, good cigar, just not what I was expecting. But I think that comes with the quality of the Davidoff.
Have you found a cigar that's like expensive that you think's worth it?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. I've always been disappointed by the Opus X's. I know I sent you guys both the one I got in Boston from LJ Peretti. That cigar was a letdown for me. And you know what's crazy? That cigar is going for like $120, $130 now. I got it for $30.
Yeah, dude, they're crazy, dude.
Have you smoked that one yet, Hugo? Stuff like that. What happened?
Hugo, have you smoked it? Huh? Have you smoked that one?
Nah, man. Because I want to review that one, so I'm just fucking mixing in like my stuff, the new stuff that's coming out, and cigars from everybody they've been sending me, bro. Like, I've got a fucking whole backlog of cigars. But I have been smoking more cigars now because in the mornings in California, it's kind of, for at least for me, like when I work from home, like Tuesdays and Thursdays I work from home, and even Fridays when I don't work, it's becoming a ritual for me to come outside like around 8 in the morning and then smoke a cigar with coffee.
Nice.
And that's after you do your leg workout, right? That's after you do your leg workout in the morning, Hugo?
Yes, sir. Or biceps.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant yoga and stuff. Hey, dude, what's your morning cigar?
Kegels.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hugo will send us pictures of his working out his legs.
That's not weird. It's not weird at all.
It's a little, no, not weird. Not weird at all.
Hey, you can't skip leg day, bro.
I screenshot those photos and I saved them, Hugo. I just want you to know that.
I'm ready.
He's like, I'm proud. Hey, dude, what's your morning cigar?
So obviously, you guys know that I'm on a mission to find like Connecticut's this year. So I've been smoking a lot of Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure. Pretty much every cigar I smoke, I review. So I've been smoking one in the morning and then one after lunch. And typically the morning ones have been Connecticut's. On Friday mornings, I tend to just smoke just for myself. Friday and then either Saturday or Sunday morning. In fact, I've been joining, some of the guys on our chat and then just smoking with them on the morning. But Yeah, so I can't. I've just had Connecticut's or like a Habano, Sumatra. I haven't had like really like Connecticut broadleaf or nothing heavy like that.
It's always something different. Do either of you guys smoke like the same cigars, like consistently?
I think there's one cigar I always go back to if I don't have any in my humidor right now. Is the you hear the reggaeton in the background? What you call it? Is the Arturo Fuente short story. For me, that cigar, that's a banger cigar. Also, it's a quick cigar if they don't have a lot of time. I've been going back to a lot of the boutique cigars I get in Miami, like from the handmade at the shops in Miami. I've been going back to those a lot, just because they're easy smokes and I know what I'm getting out of it. But Hugo, something you said I wanted to bring up. Oh man, now it just escaped me. So Hugo, you're on a Connecticut journey. Roger, where are you at with your cigar journey in terms of, are there any goals? Like for me this year, I've been trying to smoke more boutique brands just because, there's so many mainstream cigars out there. I've been trying to highlight a little more boutique brands and smoking them myself. So are there anything you're doing or you're just smoking whatever comes your way?
Kind of whatever. What Gabriel wrote, that shit's hilarious, dude. if that worked, I'd be doing it with them, dude. God damn, I wish. So, no, man. The only thing I really wanted to do that was get through some of those rare Opus, because I'm a big Opus fan, just because of the branding, like even though they're not that great, like I just think it's cool, dude. I think the branding's cool, the market's cool. I like it. And I've always heard like, oh, this one's good, this one's the best, this one's great. So I really wanted to try some of those, and I kind of have gotten that done already. So now I'm just smoking whatever, dude. Matt has this saying when he smokes a cigar for him, he calls it a me-gar. And I had said like every cigar I smoke is a me-gar, dude. I'm just trying to get anything that I feel like smoking, just trying it out. And that's why I don't have any consistent cigars I go back to, just because there's so much stuff out there, dude. It's like the guys that buy a box and they buy a box every month of the same thing. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how they do that. Maybe that's like a veteran move,
Maybe, yeah. No, right. There's so many cigars out there, and then to fully commit to a full box of cigars. If I'm buying a box, it's usually not for me. It's so I have a cigar I can hand out to other people. That's how I kind of view the box cigars. But one question I want to ask, and we probably talked about this, but we're a little farther along on our cigar journeys now. What is the difference, the mindset of smoking a cigar for a review and smoking a cigar for pleasure? Or is it the same mindset? Like, what do you enjoy more?
For me, it's the same, dude. For me, because I used to put a lot of stress on myself about the cigar. Hugo does it differently, right? Hugo does it like this dude knows, he talks about the background of the cigar, like where the tobacco's from. I used to like start to shoot a video and then look it up real quick so I can give some info. And now, dude, I'm just smoking. I always say the wrong thing. Like, oh, I know Enzo hates it that I called this cigar like the wrong thing. And it's just, for me, it's always just chill, dude. I enjoy every cigar. I do sometimes when I'm shooting a video, though, I do pay a little bit more attention. So I'm not either chatting with somebody, or if I'm not working, I can like focus on cigar more. But it for me, it's the same, dude.
How about for you, Hugo?
So for me, it's a totally different mindset. When I'm smoking a cigar to review, obviously I want to concentrate on the cigar and really dissect the experience. As opposed to, we're on Discord chatting up. I do pick up the nuances, but on Discord, I'll smoke a cigar or with the guys, or with anywhere else, I'll smoke a cigar that I already know I like. I don't ever really experience. I don't want to have like a cigar that's like a guessing game. Like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like the cigar, or even if I do, I'll have like everywhere I go, I'm the cigar guy, dude. Like everybody knows, like, oh, Hugo's here. It's cigar time.
Same.
You know what I mean? So if I'm really like itchy to like, fuck, there's a new cigar that just came out. I really want to smoke it. I'll take it, but I'll have like always cigars that I know are my go-tos, But to answer your question, like, yeah, when I'm smoking a cigar for pleasure, with the guys, I don't really pay attention to it because typically I know what the cigar is going to give me.
No, yeah, it's funny you said about you're the cigar guy, because I'm also the cigar guy, and it's funny because I always bring, whenever I go to a party, whatever, I bring some cigars or whatever, and there's always people like, oh, I don't really smoke cigars. You get a few drinks into people, and I swear to God, by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, they're like, hey, you got those cigars, and by the end of the night, if it wasn't a cigar party, you have 10 people smoking a cigar, enjoying it. It happens every freaking time. It's like, oh no, I can't. My girlfriend's watching. My wife is here. And then by the end of the night, it doesn't matter. Cigars come out and people start smoking. That's why I always bring like cheap Connecticut cigars for other people to smoke. Because I'll be honest, I don't waste my good cigars on. Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'll bring out my Roma Crafts that Roger sent me. Like, hey,
come on,
Roger.
Dude.
Like, Roger, the Sabertooth was one of the best cigars I've had, man. I love that thing.
Check this out, bro. I had an LE sized Saber. Well, actually, I think it was a Frenchie, but it was a limited edition like size that Peter gave me. Because you know how they're usually thicker. This was like a thinner ring gauge Roma, and I really wanted to smoke it. And I was at a birthday party last week, and as soon as I lit it up, like 20 minutes later, my son had a fever and he was like sick, so we had to leave, and I had to leave that cigar there, man. And I would have taken it with me, but I completely forgot. We left in a hurry, and I was so bummed, dude. That's such a good cigar.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man.
All right. How was shooting your first review, dude?
It was, it was just one of those things. I had free time in the afternoon. I was like, I wanted to mess around with it for a while. I know you were asking me, you've been asking me consistently, like, hey, are you going to make videos? You make videos. And so, I want to try to bring something new, right? 'Cause I'm not going to be like Matt from Cigar Hound Dog or Cigar Alchemist, or, I don't have the capacity to pump out videos like that. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to make it more meaningful. So yesterday, the video was revisiting a cigar I had and basically comparing when I had it a year and a half ago to now, and basically tracking that evolution of my palate and like, oh, I appreciate the cigar now. Now I enjoy it, or another video idea I had, I'm going to compare. I have a Byron Cuban and a Byron New World. So I want to, smoke those two cigars and compare it. So I want to try to bring something a little new, because there's so many cigar reviewers out there. There's so many cigar reviews. Chances are, if I'm smoking a cigar, someone's probably reviewed it. So, and also, I've said this from the get-go. It's my reviews aren't for other people. They're really not for other people. They're more for me. It's like a video journal, kind of for me to document my cigar experience. So I'm trying to think of new ways to make it new and creative that isn't like just the same old run of the mill. Here's my first third. Here's the second third. Here's the final third. Here's what I think. I'm trying to kind of tie in different experiences to it.
So I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet. That one, it dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah, it dropped yesterday.
Was it a cigar that you didn't like the first time you smoked it?
Yeah, exactly. So it was the Rocky Patel 60, which got a lot of hype. And when I say hype, Cigar Aficionado ranked it high, and I know we can debate, that. But it also appeared on other websites' top lists as well. So when I had it, and I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, someone out there, I think it has 2 years of age on it already. And when I had it, I didn't enjoy it. I don't know if I didn't appreciate it then, or my palate wasn't, I didn't know what to look for. I didn't enjoy it. And so when I had it yesterday, the flavor on it was incredible. It's a very powerful, full flavor cigar, and I really enjoyed it. So that was kind of cool to see my own evolution of cigar tasting, but also compare it to when I had it a year and a half ago. And so it's funny, when I smoked it a year and a half ago, I said to myself, I wonder if it's going to do better with age. And I think it did.
It's interesting how that happens, huh? Like your what you prefer starts to change. The one cigar that everybody really loved was the Amazon Basin, the Extra Añejo, and I've smoked that cigar like 4 times already. And I think it's good, but like I've never gotten what everybody's gotten from it, dude. Same thing with the Don Derma, dude. Yeah, I need to revisit the Don Derma because I've never smoked it properly. I smoked it once in Vegas, and then once Matt gave me one, and I got back from a herf, and it was like in a Ziploc bag that like had condensation in it from being in the sun. So like the next day it was like really squishy, dude. And I shouldn't have smoked it, but I was really
desperate for one.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to try it. I want to see what everybody got. So I got to revisit it and see what's up, man.
because I think you were saying you've had a lot of issues with the Amazon Extra Anejo, right? Like a lot, not burn issues or sponginess. Like it hasn't been right conditions for it, right?
Yeah, that and the first time that I smoked it, I think it was my first video. It was like disgusting tasting, dude. Like the first one I had like this iodine kind of. It reminded me of the hospital because we do a lot of work at the hospital, and when you walk into the surgery center and like there's this smell of like alcohol and like I don't know, and it tasted just like that. And then the other times I smoked it, I still get a little bit of that taste. So I just realized that's just something that's just like one of the nuances that cigar has that I interpret as like alcohol-y, iodine kind of nastiness. But
one of the first CAO cigars I had was like, this was like a full-on Maduro, oily Brazilian cigar. I thought it was disgusting. Hated it. Had the Amazon Extra Anejo Basin 7 years later or whatever. And I've never had this. I've still to this day, it might be up there with the St. Lucia cigar. The uniqueness of the flavors, like it truly was for me. It was a very unique cigar. I enjoyed it.
In a good way, unique in a good way.
Yeah, unique in a good way. Like unique in this is you can kind of tell it's an exotic tobacco. You know, it's not the tobaccos that we're used to smoking. Same thing with like the Palencia Alma de Fuerte, the one that's made with volcanic ash. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love the cigars made with Omo Tempe tobacco, which is like a small volcanic island. For whatever reason, like I know this sounds crazy. I could actually taste like the volcanicness, and I know that sounds out there, but I can. Hugo, what are you doing back there? Are you working out? Are you working out your Kegels down below?
No, I just lit up the Connecticut.
Nice. Oh, give us what you think about that, dude.
Give us your final thoughts on the Sumatra, man.
So the Sumatra, I think it's a cigar for people people that like more bolder, spicy cigars.
Yeah.
For me, it was missing a sweet component. I got a little bit of that sweet component. I think it was on the, going from the first third to the second third, and then but that was only like for like maybe like 2-3 puffs, and then it died down. Where is it? Oh, I put it in the thing already. But I smoked it down to like halfway towards the last third, and since like half the cigar and on, it was just like I picked up a lot of like cinnamon anise spice.
Yep.
That just like lingered. It just stays on the palate. It's a strong finish on that spice. And then the retrohale pretty much stayed consistent, like a little bit elevated. So it's for me. I would say it's a cigar that for people that like a little bit more kick in their cigars.
Yeah.
So we'll see what this one has now.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's 100% accurate in terms of that cigar is very bold and the flavors are there and more powerful. So I think the Connecticut for you is going to be a lot more subdued.
Is that the flavor profile you were going for on that cigar?
Yeah. So I kind of wanted one that was more subdued and then one that was a little more powerful. And
there you go.
And also too, in your so I really do think that cigar is going to be amazing in the colder weather because it is that it's like a warm power, flavorful cigar that will kind of warm you up a little bit. So I'll have to, moving to Florida, I'm not going to have that experience, but I think in the colder months, in the fall, winter months, at least, I think it's going to be a better smoke. And I think it's going to benefit from some age. Just my personal opinion.
So for me, I think it'll pair well with like any drink that's got a little bit more of a sweetness. If you like that kind of stuff, because for me, it was missing that sweeter note. So if I smoke it with like old fashioned like margarita or even like a
rum and coke, man.
Yeah, something that has a little bit more sweetness in it. It'll be a very pleasant experience for me.
So I got a question for you guys. Have you guys ever put like a glass of rum in in one of your humidors to try to infuse some rum flavor, or like any spirit or anything?
I don't even have that type of alcohol, dude.
So I haven't, but I heard it works.
So I have a separate humidor for the Crazy Gringo cigars only, and I'm pretty and I think I'm gonna throw in a shot glass and put some rum in there and just see how it ages and infuses it. It may make the flavors better. I'm a little worried. I don't want to screw up the cigars, but I don't think it will screw up the cigars. I think it'll enhance it, but we'll see.
But you gotta do it only with a few cigars. You can't do it with a lot. Maybe like 3 or 4 at the most. With like an ounce or 2 ounces of whatever.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I might what I might do is.
So you like Ometepe? What's up with that Plasencia Ometepe wrapper? Did you see that? It's $100. It just came out.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
my God.
Peter, I think he got a box. I don't know if he's still gonna get it, but he had pre-ordered a box. It's like it comes like they come in glass tubos, and it's the Alma de Fuego, but it's like Ometepe wrapper. And that thing, it's like $100, dude, a stick. What's crazy?
I might have to check that out. That might be a cigar, yeah, because I love the Ometepe stuff, man.
Like you said, that one guy we were talking, Hugo and I were talking to some guy named Solana that's like very educated in cigars. He's like the quality control guy for Cohiba in Cuba. And he was saying that, yeah, dude, he was saying that cigars in a lot of areas, because there is volcanoes, they get that sulfur kind of taste to it. So when you're saying you could taste it, it makes sense, dude, because that's what he was talking about, something similar like that. Plug this in before I die. But $100, man. Cigars are getting crazy, dude.
They are.
Everybody wants a $100 cigar.
Right. Yeah. Right. Everyone wants. Oh well, think they're bigger or badder because they have the expensive cigar. I'll be like, honestly, the sweet spot I found is like $15 to $20. That's like where you're gonna find the best cigars, in my opinion. Still,
Altadis brought out that $150 cigar. It's like $150 for this Altadis cigar.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy stupid, dude. And there's a difference between like high priced cigars like that MSRP, and then there's like Opus, which MSRP for Opus isn't that crazy. It's always just the aftermarket that makes it really expensive. So when somebody sells it at MSRP for a lot, it's like, damn, dude, you got to expect a lot from that cigar, which they're never going to be worth that amount. But
no,
I just wonder what they think.
I think, I think the problem with the Opus line is that they're so hyped up and they've like the rarest tobacco or whatever, and that just drives up that price. But when I was in Boston, the cigar shop's owner is the godfather of Carlito Fuente's daughter. So they're that's how close that they are. He said, Carlito Fuente, and this is secondhand, but Carlito Fuente doesn't like how the price of his cigars have gone up so much. He really wants it to be more in that $30 to $40 range, but it just has exploded and gone crazy. And he's not a fan of that, but that's just how the market is,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not him. It's the fucking resellers, dude. The resellers, they fucking mark that shit up like crazy, bro.
I'm about to live in the cigar capital of the U.S., man, down in Miami. I'm pumped being able to go to all the little cigar shops and whatnot.
That's cool.
Oh, you know what,
dude?
What?
Hold on, before I forget, I'm gonna be in Miami for a day in August, so I'll hit you up, bro.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, brother. Please do.
I just remembered. Oh, because you know how I said I'm going to Peru.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to stop in Miami first.
Well, so I purposely on the way back, I did a layover like a whole day in Miami, and then I'll fly back to LA.
Shoot me the dates, man. Yeah, we'll absolutely meet up, man. And eventually, I want to get out to California and hang out, actually meet you guys and hang out there. That's longer term. That's
dude, that'd be sick.
What's called my
phone call real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man. So Hugo, what do you think about this cigar initially? So
completely different profile than the Sumatra.
Yep.
It's a lot more milder. One thing I that I noticed on both, that the construction is pretty good. And I mean, I don't know how you store your cigars, but I just throw my cigars in the cooler door. No humidification, no extra humidification, because there's always humidity, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't put any bovitas in there. Usually, like, the bombs that people send me, I keep them and whatever they send me, I take out. If they have a bovita in there, I take it out. If it's a little one, I'll leave it in there.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, dude, like the burn on this one is a lot. This one's burning a lot better. The other one was kind of fighting for its life, but at the end,
yeah, that's a good way to say it.
At the end, it was it was a work in progress. But at the end, it caught up. And this one, right off the bat, it's burning straight.
Yeah.
The ash is nice. It's whitish, which is good indication. It's breathing.
Wait, the ash or the ass? I couldn't hear you.
Even the Retro Hell Super Tame, it's still right now. On burn up, it's not no more than like a 3 out of 10.
No.
And for me, it started off very cedary.
No, I think it's cool to have the two different types of cigar. Same blend inside of it with the different wrappers, because it's two completely, even though it's the same ratio, same blend, two completely different experiences, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to dip out a little bit early. You guys, I don't know how long you were gonna go for.
No,
I gotta jump off here soon.
I'm gonna probably close out here in a couple of minutes, but before we do that, guys, thank you for your friendship, support through this project. Thanks for joining me for this and giving me your honest take and honest opinion. I got a move coming up here, so I may not be as communicative as I've been in the past, but Roger, it's great seeing you again, man. Thanks for jumping on and thanks for being a part of this. To everyone who's watching, thank you so much. The homage from Crazy Gringo Cigars. Stand by. I might be getting more. We'll see how we can do it. Congrats to the winners. And just thank you guys. Like, honestly, this is it's a humbling experience. It's really cool, because what we do is we smoke other cigars, and to smoke my cigar is it's really cool, really humbling experience. I appreciate it, brother.
I think it's dope, man. So thank you guys. Thanks for sending the cigars, dude. I appreciate it, man. And it's cool to see you moving your things up like that, bro. I think it's dope, man.
Thanks, Roger. Be good, brother.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Sounds good, man. Later,
guys.
Just me and Hugo. Me and Hermano. No,
and then there was two.
And then there were two. Hey, we've had pretty consistent people viewing the whole time, so I'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's pretty antsy. I think everybody was pretty antsy to see the experience. They saw you a couple weeks ago, but it's always exciting to see what other people think about the cigar.
Right. I mean, so that was one of my biggest fears going into this. Like, holy shit! Like, what are these guys who I respect their opinions about cigars? What are they going to think about it? So, getting that real time feedback, because it's nerve wracking, right? Like, I'm putting something out there that I have signed off on and said, yeah, that's the blend I want. And so to get your guys' take on it, and I think you're spot on with everything, man.
Well, I think that you like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you like more bolder cigars than I do.
I think that's accurate. I think I've evolved where I like the flavor. What's funny? I don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy stuff. When it comes to cigars, I like the spice. I like the full flavor. I appreciate it a lot more now,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude. And see, me, I like a more balanced cigar, meaning there's got to be some sweetness in there. There's got to be like some
you want all the flavor notes. You want a little bit of spice I got you.
Earthy, spice, sweetness, and it doesn't matter if if they're like coming in and out, but if they're all there, kind of complementing each other. For me, that's like the perfect cigar profile. So if you want to try that Ubagog Brownsback, that's like money. That even like a Connecticut, I smoked that Casa Cuevas Reserva, and it was really good for me, man.
Hey, I got some comments to respond to. Dodgers suck. Let's go Yankees. They're probably on right now. Gabe, can you give me a score update, because I haven't been watching? And then, hey, just one more cigar. Just so you know, you won the giveaway. So you got 10 cigars coming your way. Let me know if you want the Connecticut or the Sumatra of my blend. But congratulations on winning that, man, on Instagram.
So finally, your Yankees are up 2-0.
Hell yeah! Finally, you know the Yankees are nothing without Juan Soto, man. Like we saw that the past 2 nights. Nothing without him.
I mean, we already took the series, so you guys can have Game 3. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what 1.3 billion dollars gets you, Hugo.
Hell yeah.
No, hey, so Hugo, why was just me and you? You know, just to I don't know who's still watching and whatnot, but Hugo and I have become really close friends. Not just through cigars, but Hugo's been there, always checking up on me, asking how I'm doing. If you notice, he's my hermano, I'm hermanito. Hugo, our friendship has meant a lot to me, man. It's been awesome getting to know you on personal level, cigar level. Shooting the shit. Like it's been a blast, man. And I know we've said this. We did 2 other lives. I remember the first live, we were so structured. We had the format of this, and this. Then we did the St. Lucia where it was a little more relaxed, and now it's just 2 friends, shooting the shit and hanging. So it's been awesome, man. I really appreciate it. And there was no, with Roger and Sean, there's no one else I would have wanted to share this experience with more than you, man. I just want you to know that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And the feeling's mutual, John. We gave each other so many ideas and feedback on our stuff. And I'm just honest with everybody. If
yep.
I can't have like a different face for every person. This is me. Everybody knows.
Right, yeah.
When I walk into a fucking room, everybody knows who fucking walked in.
I know exactly what you mean, man. I'm excited though for Miami though, man. You got to let me know the dates, and then if I'm not off during the week or a weekend.
So we're going here. Let me pull up the calendar.
Yeah.
I think it's at the end of August.
I will do my best to make sure I'm there, and if it's a work day, I'll take off the day from work, and we can we can stroll around Miami a little bit, and I can take you to some of the shops that I've become friends with the owners and whatnot. Or we can just go have a good meal somewhere, or whatever. Also, for everyone out there, today is not Father's Day. Father's Day is next Sunday. I made that mistake yesterday. I was nervous yesterday filming the video. For whatever reason, man, I was convinced that Father's Day was today, but it is not. Because then I was like, oh shit, I'm taking Hugo, Sean, and Roger, all dads away. I'm like, wait a minute, they wouldn't have agreed to do this on Father's Day. So yeah, Father's Day next Sunday. Also, in that same avenue, I want to say thank you to my dad, Carlos Ramirez, CRAM. He's also been a very big supporter and also investor in Crazy Gringo Cigars. What's funny is my dad makes fun of me a lot for he doesn't like that I smoke cigars, period. But he got on board with this idea. And I presented him this idea. He was like, I think we can do something with that. So he's been fully involved. I got him, for how much he's helped me out with costs and whatnot. He's going to get a Crazy Gringo homage t-shirt. So I told him, hey, you spent this much money. I'm going to give you a t-shirt back. So that's my give back to him. So it doesn't equal it, but I think I'd be remiss. And for everyone out there, I was planning on having a t-shirt, a Crazy Gringo t-shirt. That it's a homage t-shirt specifically. So the left chest was going to have the Crazy Gringo logo, and on the back it was going to have the homage band on it. So I was really excited for that. But I got the swag coming this week. I got a hat, I got hoodies, I got a quarter zip. It's all for my family to begin with. I don't think I'm going to sell it or anything, but I figured, might as well get some swag because I'll be honest, I'm a baseball player at heart, and it's all about the swag.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, dude.
Yo, Hugo, I'm still waiting for your freaking merchandise, your hat, man.
Well, now that you're moving, I don't know if I should send it now or later.
Send it. I'm here for another 3 weeks. I mean, if you trust the mail service to get it here in 3 weeks, we can do it.
Yeah, no, it'll go. And then I might be getting some other stuff. So, depending when I get that stuff, because I want you to try it as well.
Yeah.
But you said you have family down in Miami already.
Yeah. So my in-laws are from Hollywood, Florida. So we are going to be, so they live down there. So we're going to be really close to the wife's family, which is awesome. We're really excited, man. Militarily, Miami is a place I've always been wanted to be stationed. So Miami, we're not just responsible for Miami and Florida, we're responsible for the entire Caribbean as well. So if anyone knows, Hugo and I, we talked about traficantes and cartels before on our previous live. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Caribbean, especially right now with Haiti and whatnot. So it's going to be a very high tempo, a lot of action, a lot of this stuff I joined the Coast Guard to do. So I'll be providing support for those missions that are near and dear to me that I've actually done on the ship and out there. As I've gotten up in rank, I went from the one doing the mission out at sea to controlling the mission, and now in my job, I'm going to be supporting the mission. So it's been a really cool evolution for me.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Oh yeah. Are you excited about the move? Are you looking forward to the next chapter in your life?
I am. When I first came to Washington, D.C., I thought I was only going to be here for 1 year for grad school. And 6 years later and married, I'm still here in D.C. So I've been itching to kind of do something new, but it's kind of been hitting me all in the past week. We have a great community of friends here. We have built our life together here in Washington, D.C. So to leave that, it's bittersweet, but it's the nature of what I've been called to do and what I asked. I signed up for this. My wife didn't, but she's fully on board. And so, one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life is ask someone to sacrifice her stability for me. And so we're in this journey together. She's my partner, 1,000%. I couldn't have asked for someone better to be with me on this Coast Guard journey. But we're ready for the next chapter, man. It's exciting. It's sad. It's nerve wracking, but it's part of life, right? There's new experiences everywhere. And what's crazy too is, we'll be in Miami for 4 years. That's a lot of stability. And then after this next assignment, I only have 6 years left in the Coast Guard until I'm eligible to retire. So, man, goes quick.
So, are you gonna retire? Or can you just pull the plug like that?
I could pull the plug. I can pull the plug. Wait, I just got promoted. I think I can pull the plug in 2 years if I wanted to, but there's no reason for me not to, man. I've said it since day one. As long as I'm having a good time, enjoying what I'm doing, and enjoying myself, there's no reason for me to leave the Coast Guard. So yeah, the goal is do 20 years and see what the next chapter holds. And maybe it's my wife and I, we actually have a pseudo idea for potentially like a cigar lounge / speakeasy, a Latin speakeasy night club or whatever. Not like a club, but like a speakeasy bar that has a cigar lounge attached to it. So we might look into doing that in the future, but that's way off. But what's really funny with starting the Crazy Gringo brand, if you will, I never expected it to be this. I never expected it to have so many followers, to create such great friends, but the amount of people that show a genuine interest in Crazy Gringo, like the brand itself, and especially in my family, like my wife's like, yeah, this sounds like you keep like so supportive, and where she's now thinking that's something that's a potential business opportunity in the future. So who knows what it's going to evolve into. This is all theoretical out there, but I never in a million years thought that doing Crazy Gringo cigars on Instagram would result in potential so many other opportunities later in life.
That's awesome. So, given that your assignments for 4 years, so if you decide to retire, you're going to retire there in Miami, Florida?
No, so I have 4 years. That'll put me at 14 years. Then I only have 6 years left in the Coast Guard. So I think the grand plan, we live right outside of Washington, D.C. in Alexandria. We love this area. We have friends that are going to be here long term. We have an amazing community here. I think our goal is to come back to Washington, D.C. and kind of call it a day here. So we'll see. Maybe another opportunity presents itself and maybe we go on a crazy adventure, crazy ride. But it's kind of the middle ground. I'm from New Jersey. She's from Florida, and Virginia, Washington, D.C. is kind of that middle ground for us.
And how's the tobacco world there in DC? Is there potential for it,
Um,
or?
no, so there's a lot of cigar shops. Um, I don't know if there's a lot of like rolling per se. That's something I'm gonna have to, if I want to be serious, get serious about this in the future. It's something I'm gonna have to think about. The cigar culture is alive though, so that it's not gonna be more alive than Miami, obviously, but
Yeah.
it is alive here.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So if you chose to go into that venture, yeah, there's some potential there for you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. All right, so where are you at with that cigar? What are you liking this one more than the Sumatra, or is it completely different, apples to oranges?
So this profile is completely different, dude. Like, now here, what, like in the middle, maybe. Um, it's more floral. It's becoming floral for me. Floral. Still that cedar is lingering. A little bit of like some type of citrus zest I'm getting,
Yeah,
but I like this. I like this smoke output a lot better than the Sumatra.
yeah, I
Um,
agree.
the the burning on the cigar is a lot more consistent too, or
Hmm.
more apparent, I should say.
Yeah,
Because this one, yeah, for some reason the smoke on that one it's on, but you can't really see it. This one you can see it. I know. I guess for me, like
I
that's
like
like a
it. No,
visual.
I like it too. I know exactly what you mean. I like
Yeah,
seeing the smoke. Yeah, exactly. It's part of the experience, right? You're all about the cigar experience, and if you're smoking a cigar, I can't see the smoke. Well, why the hell am I smoking it? I'm smoking a cigar. I want. Also, you get the different flavor from the smoke and the aromas as well.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, thanks for
So
being
I
on. I know
just
you gotta go ahead.
so I was just gonna say, like, so yeah. So for me, it's kind of like a typical Connecticut profile, just a little bit more floral for me.
Got it.
Which
Then
I like floral. I like the
yeah,
floral. I like the floral
gotcha.
notes. What were you gonna ask right now?
I completely forgot. Is this a new question? Is this a cigar you would go back to?
Yeah, I see this cigar pairing really well in the morning with my coffee, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's light. It's not too heavy. Nice, easy, like smooth way to start off the day.
Yeah, here it's probably like a medium minus in strength or body.
And you know what too? I
Cool.
don't like. I think with both of the cigars, I wasn't going for like the full nicotine effect. I wanted something a little more mild, and I didn't want to like stand up and be like, get the nicotine buzz. And I think I've accomplished that with these cigars, where they're not going to overpower you in terms of the nicotine, in terms of that.
I honestly I haven't experienced any nicotine.
Yeah, that's a good
I
thing,
don't know.
maybe.
I don't know about the other guys.
It's interesting too. When I first started smoking cigars, the nicotine, I felt it a lot more. But as I've smoked more cigars and whatnot, the nicotine effect, I rarely feel it. Maybe once in a blue moon, I'll stand up after smoking a cigar and be like, whoa. But it really doesn't happen that much for me anymore.
Yeah, I think that kind of has to do with like when you're unexperienced at cigar smoking. Believe it or not, you you intake a lot of the smoke, dude. Because you
Mm,
don't you really you're not experienced at holding the cigar just in your mouth, and that really gets you. And then
yeah.
like you have virgin fucking sinuses, so like if you kind of want to retro the cigar, it goes, if it's got any type of nicotine, amount of nicotine, it goes straight into your bloodstream, and you're
Yeah.
fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's what it is.
Hey, so Hugo, I think I'm reaching the end here. We're at an hour and 45 minutes. I'll turn it over to you for any final thoughts you got about anything that you got going on or your thoughts on the cigar, and then I'll kind of close this out.
No, I just very happy for you, John, that you went into this venture. Any project I think is fucking awesome, dude. Like, especially because you started off as a hobby, now you're venturing out with your own cigar, and if if you want to take it to the next level, dude, like that's awesome, man. I support you, dude. As far as for me, just I would just be doing the same thing. Just releasing content here and there. I hope to have maybe some wild, crazy ideas in the future. But for now, just what I have, my boring ass videos, fucking reviewing cigars and shit. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. No, hermano, muchas gracias. That means thank you very much in Spanish, for all the gringos out there. But no, Hugo, thanks for joining me on this. For everyone that stayed and joined, popping in and out on your Sunday, thanks for joining. That is it. That is the launch of the Homage. So far, it sounds like the reviews are pretty good on it. So I'm really happy how it turned out. I'm personally happy how it turned out. Humbling experience to share this with some of my closest cigar friends. We got some awesome prizes too. I'll get you those out. I'll get those cigars out to you, to the winners. But thank you everyone for joining me. That's all I got. Signing off. Crazy Gringo and Hugo Smoke signing off. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. Later, guys.
Thanks for watching,
Later,
guys.
brother.